Here I am at Glendale Adventist Children's Center, and I'm going to find out how they address bullying at an early age. Come on, let's become part of that conversation. So I decided to come to the scene of the crime for potential bullying, a playground. And joining me is Site Director of Glendale Adventist Childhood Daycare Center, Summer Reed. Hi, Summer.
Hi, Gregory.
Now, I'm not saying that a lot of bullying happens here, but one would assume playground kids, it does happen.
Not a lot here.
Okay, perfect. Why will people assume that a lot of bullying does happen in playgrounds? Is it because the average age here is from 2 to 5?
Yes, we don't see a lot of that behavior.
So then what do you do to prevent bullying? Because a lot of people think that it does happen.
What we do is we just try to provide times of positive interaction between children, putting together pro-social behavior.
What is pro-social behavior?
Teaching them about interactions, teaching them about positive social interactions. So when there may be an issue between two children, the adults in the environment, the caregivers, are there to help them through those situations so that we don't see it evolve into a physical altercation.
So just say right over there, Johnny and Timmy are in a physical altercation. What would actually happen?
A teacher would go over to them. She would tend to the child that was being hurt or hit first. And then she would talk with both of them about what is going on and give the child that's being hurt, if he doesn't have the words to use with his peer to say, you know, I didn't like that. I don't like it when you hurt me. I don't like it when you hit me. And they would discuss the situation. Most
adults, when there is an altercation or an interaction, they don't play nice. Right. But if we go back to what you're doing over here, it would be a happier place. What are some of these books that I would like to dedicate to a handful of adults that I know? The Peace Book.
The Peace Book and Hooray for You.
So this is Hooray for You. Is that just a celebration of who you are?
Yes. So if we teach them about themselves individually and about how to interact socially, you have less of those events happening. And they do happen.
They do.
They do happen. Those, not so positive interactions happen. But we hope that by teaching them how to work through those interactions, they're able to handle those situations better.
If we can teach our children at this early age that it's okay to be different, they're going to grow up celebrating who they are.
Yes.
Summer, thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Can I please go down the slide?
Of course.
Okay, Summer's going to move. I'm going down the slide. So we heard from Summer that positive social behavior starts right here on the playground. I will see you next time.
As a new nurse, Glendale Adventist helps me meet my patients' needs with compassion and confidence. I feel called to care.
As part of a highly skilled team, I'm counted on to save lives and make a critical difference to my patients and their families every day. I feel called to care.
I've been a nurse here for more than 20 years and have been given the chance to learn and grow. I'm doing what I love and love what I do. The opportunities at Glendale Adventist are endless. I am called to care.
Welcome back to tonight's conversation, and it's all about bullying. In the past couple of years, there's been a huge outreach by celebrities addressing the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. Bottom line is, all these people are being made fun of and made to believe that there's something wrong. And with the support and health of celebrities internationally, there is nothing wrong with them. And Ellen DeGeneres and Neil Patrick Harris are reaching out their hands saying, we love you, we're here for you, and believe us, it gets better. That's a great organization, along with the Trevor Project, reaching out to you at home that feel different and out of place. Realize you will get older and you will find the people that love you the most. So do nothing tragic or stupid, because at the end of the day, we are all just amazing gifts that are here to leave our footprint on this world.
There's a wonderful website that I got a lot of information from, and it's sponsored by the Department of Health and Human Services. It's stopbullying.org. We have two guests from the Glendale Unified School District talking about how they help stop bullying in its tracks. Talk about how there's a report that you can a form you can fill out in the district when you witness a bullying incident or one is reported to a teacher or an administrator.
There's a procedure for identifying bullying within the school district, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, that's taken by the school site, and then that document is referred to our office and we go ahead and make some decisions on the next step. The thing that I just want to say really quickly is that because of all this attention that's come to bullying, the federal and state governments have finally come to the conclusion they need to do something about it.
That's
so
fantastic.
A lot of legislation has just recently come out describing what the responsibilities are power of the schools to handle these particular situations. And so what we're really trying to do is we're trying to make sure that all of our teachers and administrators are appropriately trained in how to fill out that form and what the rules and regulations are. I'm going to my first state training on November 7th. So again, this is all happening very fast, but we need to make sure the processes and systems are in place before we can move forward with action against bullies.
That's great, Scott. Sally, talk to us about somebody that's actually watching someone being bullied. What are they called and what do they do?
That's harmful, isn't it?
It is.
It is harmful. We call them witnesses, and it accounts for 85% of the school population.
Really?
So they are our silent majority, and they can be very helpful. But when they watch an incident of bullying, very often it makes them feel unsafe because they know that, a different, roll of the dice, and they may be the bully the next
So
time.
then they're worried on their own about, if so-and-so is pounding on someone, if I say something, they're going to pound on me tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So then it's their
And
fear.
very often they could be excellent reporters, but they tend to not do that because they're afraid that they may then draw the attention of the bully. They also may want to help, but they may not know what to do.
Right.
So what we do is we work with them. We work with witnesses, and we try to help them because it's great when Ellen DeGeneres and Neil Patrick Harris reach out their hands, but they're far away. It would be so much better if it was somebody right there on site saying, that was a terrible thing that they said to you, and I don't agree with that, and I'm sorry that happened to you.
When does it cross over to become like a hate crime, for example? If a gay or a lesbian student is targeted because of their sexual orientation, does it have to be a violent crime to be a hate crime, to be a prosecutable offense?
Scott?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And that's where, again, some of the new legislation that has just come out says is that it raises the cyberbullying attacks to the levels of if you actually, physically did it. So again, what happens online, what happened to cyberbullying, those rules are being changed.
That's fantastic.
As far as when we can act.
That's fantastic. Sally, I have a riddle me this, and when we come back, I hope you answer it. Does TV teach people how to be a bully? Okay, great. We're going to hold that with you.
Also, bullying.
And what do you think about that? Go ahead.
As I mentioned at the beginning, doesn't just take place in the schoolyard, it takes place in the workplace.
You
and
had that happen.
Indeed I did, and I'll never forget that experience. Stay tuned.
Hi, are you a member of Facebook? I am, because I like to know all that my friends and family are doing. Wait, did you know that HEALTHline has its very own Facebook page? All you got to do is go to Facebook, type in HEALTHline, find us, click like, and become part of the conversation about health, lifestyle, and the community. We post links, health tips, suggestions from you, the community, about what you do to lose weight, de-stress, have a happy, healthy lifestyle. Okay, once again, all you gotta do is go to Facebook, type in HEALTHline, and become part of the conversation. Hold on. Okay, somebody just posted that if you drink an 8-ounce glass of warm water with lemon, it starts to invigorate your metabolism, along with jumping up and down for 60 seconds first thing in the morning. Okay, you know what? I've got to pass this on. Become part of the HEALTHline conversation. We will see you on Facebook.
I've been golfing for years. Golf is not just recreation for me. It's part of doing business. Lately, my swing keeps slowing me down, and the pain in my hip is making me feel old. So I went to see an orthopedic surgeon at Glendale Adventist Medical Center. I found that I needed hip replacement surgery and was pleased that they offered a minimally invasive approach. I was back at work within a week, and my swing is better than ever. Thanks to Glendale Adventist, I'm back in the game.